What's up, guys? We are here the night before the World Cup semifinals begin. We're going to do a quick, just 5 to 10 minute preview of our two World Cup matches remaining Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll break the third place game and how I think the final is going to go as well. We'll do a separate prediction for probably for just the final on Saturday night. We'll do a quick little preview of the final. But for right now, let's predict these games. So, let's talk about how the World Cup's gone so far. Let's talk first about our 14th remaining. Argentina definitely has them in the Final Four. Croatia, I think I had them. Qualifying, but I think at the most I had them a quarterfinal run. They're trying to go. If they win tomorrow, they'll be going to the back-to-back World Cup finals. And we could have a 2018 World Cup rematch with France. In the Russia World Cup, France won that Final 4-2. We'll see if it could be different that time if we get that rematch. So if I told you that there's going to be three semifinalists, Argentina, Croatia, France, I think a lot of people were underestimating Croatia, saying that they're an older team, they just don't have the pieces. I mean, especially if they start off at 0-0 tie against Morocco, who knows where that would have went. Who knew where that was going to go? Then 0-0 with Belgium, and then they killed Canada 4-1. But okay, so those three, you would have said, okay, yeah, Croatia's a little bit unexpected. But then what if I told you Morocco was going to be a semifinalist with a chance to go to the World Cup final on Wednesday? I'm just still trying to figure out how good this Morocco team is, and I think that, and could it have been predicted? I saw an interesting tweet the other day was, what would you compare, I see tweets like this, what would you compare Morocco's World Cup run to in like another sport? And people were saying the St. Peter's March Madness run last year. Would I go that far? I think I would go that far. Nobody saw them. Me personally, I saw them last place in the group. I said, okay, maybe third place. We weren't hearing a lot of talk about this team. They do have some good pieces, though. But I don't think anybody saw them getting to this point, let alone getting past the group stage. Especially when you have the two big foes in front of them, Belgium, Croatia, and winning the group. I don't think anybody had them winning the group. Okay, so, yeah. So how good is this Morocco team? They beat Belgium 2-0, drew with Croatia 0-0, beat Canada 2-1, I believe, and then Spain, the penalty kick win, and then the Portugal 1-0 win. This is the toughest path to the World Cup final I've seen. When you talk about having to go through Belgium, beat them, Croatia, tied them, Spain, beat them, Portugal, beat them, and now on Wednesday, they're going to have to go through France to get to the World Cup final. No matter what, I'm no way counting Morocco out, but no matter what, it's been an incredible run for this team, and they're going to hold their heads high. That's what I'm saying. Morocco's playing with the most with the least amount of stress. France, they want to bring another World Cup title home back to back for their country. Croatia wants to bring one home after coming up just a game short on the 2018 World Cup. And Argentina, I mean, this is the country that I think obviously every country wants to win it, but I think deep in the heart of the Argentinian fans that they want to win this for Messi, but is most certainly his last World Cup. They want to get this done for him. Morocco's feeling the least amount of stress. If they lose the semifinal, they lose the third place game, it's still been a great run for them. So they're playing with no amount of stress. Can they go out, win a World Cup? Can they get to the final? We shall see. Okay, let's talk about Argentina, Croatia real quick. So tomorrow, there was a lot of talk. Obviously, we talked about the path that Croatia's gone through. If this game goes to penalties, obviously Croatia is going to be favored. Argentina is coming off a penalty kick shootout win with the Netherlands. But when you talk about Croatia, one shootout last World Cup against Denmark. um, against Russia and against England. Um, in this World Cup, they've won penalty shootouts against Japan and Brazil. They've won 5 penalty shootouts in the last 2 World Cups. Could it come to that tomorrow? I very much believe it could. You talk about Argentina. They started this tournament slow, 2-1 against Saudi Arabia, and then after that, the talk was, are they just getting through? Is this team really that good? It's just a mediocre team. When they were kind of just getting through, they got through Mexico 2-0, got through Poland 2-0. Even then, people were doubting them, especially when it was just 2-1 against Australia. I think people wanted more, and I think they got more with that 2-2 draw against Netherlands. Um, and then the penalty kick win. But they were up 2-0, I believe, 85th minute, and they let them get 2 goals back. Not something you can do tomorrow with Luka Modric and that strong midfield. Um, but I think Argentina is a team that's gotten better throughout the course of this tournament. 4 years ago, it was a disaster for Argentina when they faced Croatia in the group stage. I don't think anybody saw the 3-0 thumping that Croatia put on them, but that was just a totally different team. That was a disaster of a World Cup team for Argentina. I think this is a very strong squad. I think when you talk about the depth of the squads, the strength of the squads, I would probably put France number 1. Not the favorites, but the depth of the squad. France number 1, number 2 Argentina, 3 Croatia, 4 Morocco. But I mean, how much does that matter? We talk about Morocco beating Croatia, beating Belgium, beating Spain, beating Portugal, all the teams that have better depth and strength in them. When you talk about there's the squad as a whole, but yeah, for Argentina, I feel like they're getting better. Croatia, I think they're gonna want to try to push this game to extra time, push it into penalties as they can. That's where their strength comes. Um, um, I'm sorry, that England game they won the 2018 World Cup was not on penalties; it was in extra time. But I think that's where Croatia wins it. So I think Argentina is going to want to keep this in regulation. But if you're Croatia, I mean, 2 back-to-back penalty shootouts. Argentina's also they've gotten some rest both squads, but Argentina's also coming off a penalty shootout. But if you're Argentina, I think you want to try to win this game in the 90 minutes. Obviously, they'll take any win. I think Di Maria is going to be back for Argentina. He's been hurt a little bit. He didn't start in the Australia match or the Netherlands match. I think he'll be back tomorrow. Um, but yeah, this is going to be a great game. But um, I am going to. I think we'll just get the prediction now. I am going to go 2-1 to Argentina. I think they get it done. I think Messi advances to the final. What they said, I believe this is the 5th time that they've been in this spot. Argentina's gone to the final every time they've been in this spot. And I think that's going to happen again tomorrow. I think Messi's going to continue to put this country on his back. When you talk about that incredible pass last week in the penalty kick goal, expect more of that. Obviously, Croatia, they got a very strong attack, and the Argentine defense isn't the greatest, so it's going to be tough. But I'll take Argentina 2-1, which would send Argentina to the final, Croatia to the 3rd place game. Now let's talk about the France Morocco game on Wednesday. Obviously, the heavy favorite here looks like France, but I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I want to pick France, but Morocco has just looked so good. They've gone through 4 strong European teams. Why can't they go through a 5th? Which they very much could. Um, but I think this French attack is a little bit more than what Morocco's seen in teams like even like Portugal and Spain and those teams. I think this is the strongest attack, and the counters are going to be tough for them. Bono's going to have to come up big like he did last match, and I'm sure he can. And Morocco's playing with a ton of pride. Obviously, France trying to get back to the World Cup final as they did in 2018, win it again, back-to-back World Cups. And I think it is going to happen. I'm going to go 2-0 to France, but in no way count out Morocco. I've picked against Morocco this whole tournament, I know, and I'm going to do it again. I just think that this French attack is just a little bit more than what they've seen. I think it's going to be a little too much to handle. So that would make the 3rd place game Croatia, Morocco, and the final France and Argentina. I actually predicted the France-Argentina final at the beginning of the World Cup before it started, so I'm going to stick with that, and I had Argentina winning it. For Croatia, Morocco would be another great game. People want that to be the final, get a new country as the winner to win their first World Cup, but I think it's going to be the third place game, which will still be a great game. And in that game, I would take Croatia probably 1-0 if that's the third place game. And then the final, Argentina-France, it would be incredible. Mbappe against Messi, two very strong attacks. Could honestly go either way, but I would go, I think, 2-2. And then Argentina and penalties. I think Argentina is going to get this done for Messi. I'm sticking with my original pick before the tournament started, that Argentina will win the World Cup over France. I had that as my final. So, we will be back Friday to preview the third place game and Saturday to preview the final game. Enjoy these two matches. We'll talk on Friday.